Number 9. MISCHA BARTON. Actress MISCHA BARTON is best known for her role on the teen television drama The O.C., but she made headlines for many different reasons in 2017 when she was captured on video incoherently rambling and falling down in her yard. In the footage, she can be heard making bizarre statements like, "Oh my God, it's over. I feel it, and it's angry." And, we're dying. I knew it. I don't want anyone to know. Oh my God, it's terrifying." The 31-year-old went to the emergency room after her neighbors heard her screaming outside and found her in utter distress. Barton stayed at the hospital overnight and was released the next day. She said the date rape drug GHB had been found in her system and that someone must have slipped it into her drink while she was out celebrating her birthday the night before. The actress told People magazine that she noticed her own behavior becoming erratic and said it got worse throughout the night. Thankfully, Barton said she was doing well after getting treatment, and she saw her experience as a cautionary tale to other women about the dangers of getting drugged in public. But an anonymous source told TMZ her mental condition had been steadily going downhill for nearly a year by the time this incident happened, and her neighbors claimed that they frequently heard Barton throw crying and screaming fits. Regardless of what was actually going on in her life at the time, she's kept a low profile in recent years as she continues to work in the industry. Number 8. Christian Bale. In a cringeworthy display of diva-like behavior that many Hollywood stereotypes are based on, famous actor Christian Bale launched into a foul-mouthed fit on the set of Terminator Salvation back in 2008 after the film's director of photography, Shane Hurlbut, walked into the actor's sight during one take. In the disturbing audio clip that was released, Bale can be heard sarcastically imitating Hurlbut, calling him an amateur, threatening not to return to set unless Hurlbut was fired, and verbally attacking him. This excessive display caused people to see the actor in a different light, with many commenting on Bale's arrogance and saying that it seemed like he thought he was better than everyone else there. Bale quickly apologized after the clip went viral, claiming he got fact and fiction confused and was still partially in character when he lost his cool. Speaking with Los Angeles radio station K-Rock, Bale further went on to say he had had a miserable week and that he wasn't trying to make any excuses, but he just wasn't himself that day. He claimed he and Hurlbut had resolved their disagreement in private later that day. The actor also insisted he's not the prima donna type that this disturbing rant made him out to be, and pleaded with the public not to let this one embarrassing meltdown stop them from seeing a movie so many people had worked hard on. The incident came on the heels of another alleged outburst that happened the previous summer at a London hotel. While the details of this outburst are less clear, Bale's mother and sister filed a formal complaint with police, claiming he had verbally assaulted them. After the clip of Bale lashing out at Hurlbut was leaked, his sister Sharon told the Daily Telegraph she thought her brother might need help for what seemed to many to be a pattern of aggressive behavior. But recently, as Bale appeared in the new Marvel movie Thor: Love and Thunder, there haven't been any negative reports mentioning Bale's behavior. Number 7. Tom Cruise. Like many people, Tom Cruise has some pretty strong feelings about the COVID-19 safety guidelines, and he didn't hesitate to make his stance known publicly in late 2020 when he went on a profanity-laced rant on the set of the Mission Impossible 7 movie he was filming at the time. The rant went on for 3 whole minutes as he verbally blasted crew members for failing to follow pandemic rules. Cruise reportedly erupted into the tirade in front of nearly 50 set workers after catching 2 employees standing less than 6 feet, 1.8 meters apart from each other, while looking at a computer screen. In an audio clip that was leaked to the press, he can be heard threatening to fire certain crew members if he saw them breaking the rules again, inappropriately calling people out and saying the project was creating thousands of jobs. While some people thought the actor was acting irrational and being excessively harsh, others praised his hard-lined approach to COVID safety. Cruise himself remained silent about the viral rant until several months had passed, when he told Empire magazine there was a lot at stake at the time and he was experiencing a lot of emotions since the project had finally gotten started after multiple pandemic-related delays. The 58-year-old actor unapologetically stated, "I said what I said," making it clear that he continues to stand by his words and follow safety protocols. Number 6. Reese Witherspoon. In 2013, Georgia state troopers pulled Reese Witherspoon and her husband, Jim Toth, over on suspicion of drunk driving. At the time, the beloved actress was known as America's sweetheart, so the public was shocked when the media got hold of footage of Reese acting wildly belligerent to the cops. The video shows Witherspoon being put in cuffs after she asked an officer, "Do you know my name?" and said, "You're about to find out who I am," while her husband was taken into custody on a DUI charge. Shortly after the incident, she released a statement apologizing for her behavior and admitted she also had had too much to drink that night. Witherspoon then cancelled several upcoming interviews to avoid backlash. 2 weeks later, though, she appeared on Good Morning America and apologetically explained how she and Toth believed they were fine to drive that night, but she realized in hindsight they weren't. She described the decision as a mistake and how her behavior was unacceptable, and she also said they were completely embarrassed by the whole situation. While her actions the night of the arrest were nothing to be proud of, many actually praised Witherspoon's honest approach and sincere apology, which helped restore her damaged image. Number 5. Vanilla Ice. The hosts of an MTV show were horrified one day in 1999 when Robert Matthew Van Winkle, also known as Vanilla Ice, destroyed the show's set with a baseball bat. He was there as a guest on an episode of 25 Lame, where viewers voted on some of the lamest music videos of all time. The has-been rapper was supposed to smash a tape of his song Ice Ice Baby with the bat, but he didn't stop there. Cast members were clearly shocked when he started swinging at furniture and other objects, making a huge mess until the show's producers finally told him he needed to stop before someone got hurt. But Vanilla Ice made headlines for a much different kind of outburst captured on camera in 2016. After missing his flight from Atlanta to Nebraska, he was filmed complaining loudly to a Delta Airlines employee and leaning over the counter while he did it. The gate had closed 10 minutes before he got there, according to the video's taker, and when he was told he could no longer board the plane, he threw a tantrum. Ice claimed he had been sitting nearby for over an hour and that he hadn't heard any announcements to board the flight. A nearby customer told the rapper he should have been watching the monitors that display flight details, and he responded by shouting at the man to shut up and making a few other profanity-filled statements. Vanilla later apologized on Twitter but defended his reasoning, saying, "Wrong action, but my point was right," and that he was also running on no sleep and lots of caffeine when the event took place. Number 4. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson has appeared in news headlines many times in recent years for his outrageous behavior. It all started in 2006 when he was pulled over in Malibu on suspicion of driving while drunk. When it became apparent the interaction wasn't going the way he wanted, he flew into an unprovoked anti-Semitic rage, shouting, "Jews are responsible for all the wars." Naturally, the actor's behavior wasn't received well by public opinion. He later claimed in a Good Morning America interview that the booze caused him to make those hate-fueled statements and that he was struggling with alcohol abuse after falling off the wagon. 4 years later, in 2010, Radar Online got their hands on shocking audio tapes of Gibson lashing out at his ex-girlfriend, Oksana Grigorieva. In a highly offensive fit, he called Grigorieva an embarrassment, told her she looked like a pig in heat, and made multiple blatantly racist and misogynistic statements. He also threatened to burn her house down and wished more horrible things on her. The recordings were released during a bitter legal feud between the two former lovers. Grigorieva accused Gibson of punching her in the face during one of their many disagreements that his attorney described simply as a loud argument. Another one of Gibson's infamous tantrums was caught on tape in 2012 when he apparently verbally assaulted the screenwriter Joe Eszterhas and his family. Eszterhas released a recording to bolster his recent claim that Gibson had sabotaged plans for a movie about a second-century Jewish revolt for anti-Semitic reasons. The tape was just the latest in a growing pile of evidence that led many to think Gibson has anger issues and may harbor prejudiced beliefs. These were just the times that were reported, too. Who knows what Gibson says off the record? Number 3. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes was only 10 years old when she rose to stardom in 1996 after landing a role on a Nickelodeon TV show called All That. She went on to become a successful actress until she announced in 2010 she was taking a break from her career. By then, the young star had started exhibiting strange and erratic behavior on the set of Hall Pass. She ended up leaving this project, and by 2012, she became just as known for her public outbursts as she was for her acting. That year, Bynes went on a campaign of self-destruction that started with traffic violations, including talking on her phone while driving, hitting a car and leaving the scene, and crashing into a parked cop car, leading to a DUI charge. Instead of owning up to these allegations against her, Bynes just posted a tweet claiming she didn't drink and urging then-President Obama to fire the officer who arrested her. In the meantime, she claimed she was doing better than ever despite facing 2 hit-and-run charges and being dropped by her agent, lawyer, and publisher. The reckless behavior continued as Bynes threatened to sue multiple publications for making statements she claimed were false. Some said she was mentally ill and that she had been seen walking around naked in a tanning salon. In a 2013 In Touch interview, she claimed she was sober and didn't understand why people accused her of being crazy. When photos of an alleged drug-fueled party at her apartment were leaked, she denied being in the photos and said it was just an imposter. Bynes faced drug charges, was taken to a psych ward, went to rehab, accused her father of childhood abuse that her parents outright denied, and started a fire on her property before she finally admitted she was bipolar and manic depressive. Her social media activity grew increasingly sparse and stopped completely in 2015. She's kept mostly quiet since then, but has opened up about her mental health struggles and prior drug use. Hopefully, she's gotten help she desperately needed. Number 2. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe was staying at a hotel in Manhattan in 2005 when he tried to call his son in Australia, but had issues. The New Zealand-born actor then hurled the phone at a hotel desk clerk's head, leaving the poor man with a scratch across his cheek. Crowe was initially charged with assault and criminal possession of a weapon. If convicted, he would lose his right to work and act in the US, and could face a prison sentence of up to 7 years. Knowing the incident was caught on camera and that he'd likely be found guilty, he worked out a plea deal with prosecutors and pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of third-degree assault. Prosecutors were open to the agreement because Crowe had no previous crimes on record, and he admitted in court that he overreacted by throwing the phone at the concierge. The actor publicly apologized on The Late Show with David Letterman, calling the incident the most shameful situation he had ever been a part of. Crowe also reached an undisclosed settlement with the hotel employee he was accused of assaulting. We all get angry at times, but taking it out on innocent people in the form of assault? Now that's a low blow, Crowe. Number 1. Shia LaBeouf. By the time he got kicked out of an LA deli for accusing his waitress of being racist and calling her inappropriate words, Shia LaBeouf was used to landing in the spotlight for bizarre and controversial behavior. Shocking footage of the confrontation shows the actor shouting at the server and accusing her of hitting him in the head with a bottle and refusing to give him any French fries. Later that year, LaBeouf was accused of throwing another tantrum after asking someone on the sidewalk for a cigarette at 4 in the morning and being told they didn't have one. A police officer asked him to leave the area, but he refused, going on a profanity-riddled racist fit against the African-American cop. The strange and unacceptable behavior continued after the actor was taken downtown to the police station, where he supposedly told an officer he was going to hell for his race. LaBeouf publicly apologized, and his career managed to somehow recover over the next few years, even as he kept landing himself in hot water with the law. But that all changed in late 2020 when his ex-girlfriend, singer FKA Twigs, filed a lawsuit against him for sexual battery. The details are disturbing, and this time it seems less likely LaBeouf will earn the public's forgiveness or land any promising acting gigs in the near future. Thanks for watching. Have you ever seen a celebrity in public? Were they what you thought they'd be like? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more videos. See you next time. Bye.